weeks. I want to shout out to all our followers, our listeners in Texas. I want to shout out we have international listeners, dude.
Really?
Like, we banging.
That's good.
It's nuts, dog.
The come up is real.
Hey, man, the come up is real. All our international listeners, if you listen to us, man, I appreciate the love. Shout out to our boy Corey Harris over in China, getting it done. Reached out, brother. I still owe you a phone call. I got you, bro. So proud of you and everything that you're doing over there with the CBA and the China Basketball Organization. Brother just got a deal.
Dennis Rodman just went off on LeBron James and Kevin Durant. He slammed them for mocking Larry Bird, and the basketball world is buzzing. The Worm didn't hold back, calling out today's stars in a way nobody expected. What started as a casual January 2025 podcast chat turned into one of the most intense NBA confrontations in recent memory. Rodman, famous for speaking his mind, dropped a bomb that has LeBron and KD scrambling. Fans are split. Some praise him as a legend for telling it like it is. Others say he's stuck in the past. But the real shocker? What Rodman revealed about that private conversation could change how we see these superstars forever.
It's like, I'm playing behind the 8 ball. I've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years.
But do you believe you're finished here?
I don't know. I hope not, but I guess that people are making it very difficult for me to walk on the basketball floor, even hold my head up high, because everyone wants to downgrade Dennis Rodman and make him look like he's not, like he's a fool, he's an idiot. So.
But aren't you responsible for a lot of this behavior, for acting foolish, for saying things that are...
It's January 15th, 2025. Dennis Rodman walks into a podcast studio, and everyone expects the usual. Some trash talk, wild 90 stories, a few name drops. Classic Rodman. But within the first 20 minutes, the vibe changes. The host, trying to keep it casual, brings up Larry Bird. Dennis, you went head-to-head with Larry Legend. What made him so special? Rodman leans back, and for a moment, he's not the chaotic, playful Rodman everyone knows. There's something sharper, more personal in his eyes. You want to know what made Larry Bird special? He says, his voice low and deliberate. Larry Bird could destroy half the league if he played today, and I'm sick of people acting like he couldn't. The host chuckles nervously, thinking it's just Rodman being provocative, but Rodman isn't joking. I was in an event a few months back, he continues. I'm not saying which one, nothing out in the media yet, but some of today's biggest stars were there, and I heard things that made my blood boil. The room goes silent. The host leans in. What did you hear, Dennis? Rodman exhales like he's been holding this in for too long. I heard LeBron James and Kevin Durant, he says, naming them outright. Sitting there, joking about Larry Bird, laughing about how he played against plumbers and firefighters, saying Bird got lucky playing in a watered-down era. The internet would later call this moment a bomb going off. And you know the worst part? Rodman's voice cracks with emotion. They were mocking the man, straight up mocking him, talking like they'd average 50 a game back then, like it was some joke. Like Larry Bird's 3 championships, 3 MVPs, all he did meant nothing. Rodman slams his hand on the table. That's disrespectful, flat out disrespectful. And I'm not going to sit here and let these guys rewrite history just because they've got 1 billion followers on social media.
Okay, I'll put it this way. If Larry Bird played in this era, I think he'd be in Europe. So I'm just letting you know, man. Really, like I said, don't just say he'd be somewhere over there, because his game was fit for Boston at that time in the '80s and stuff like that. But today's world, oh hell no.
Now things get messy. Rodman says this wasn't just an offhand comment. It was a full conversation. He claims that at a private charity event in late 2024, he was near a corner lounge when he overheard LeBron and KD talking with a few other players. The chat started about legacy and GOAT debates, the usual stuff. But then it shifted to the 80s and 90s era. LeBron supposedly said something like, "Man, if I played back then, I'd be unstoppable. The game was so much slower. No zone defense, no real athleticism." Rodman recalls, jaw clenched, KD chiming in, laughing. Bird couldn't guard anyone today. He was just a slow, white dude hyped up. because of the Celtics mystique. Rodman pauses on the podcast, letting it sink in. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. These are guys I respect, or at least I thought I did. But to sit there and disrespect Larry Bird, the man who played with a broken back, who dominated the league with pure skill and basketball IQ, that crossed a line. According to Rodman, he didn't confront them at the time. He walked away fuming, but it stayed with him. Now, months later, he's finally letting it out. I've been in wars with Larry Bird, Rodman says, his voice shaking with intensity. I've guarded him, Rodman says, his voice intense. I've watched him destroy teams with just his mind. And for these guys to sit there and act like it was easy, like Larry didn't earn every single thing he got, that's ignorant. That's straight up ignorant. The host tries to interject, suggesting maybe Rodman misheard or took it out of context. Rodman cuts him off. I know what I heard, and I'm not the only one who heard it. There were other people there, but nobody wants to say anything because LeBron and KD run the league. Everybody's scared to call them out. Well, I'm not scared. I never have been.
He's stupid. I mean, it's a stupid comment because Larry Bird played in the most physical era ever. He's 6'10", almost 6'11", and he was physical himself. To say that he wouldn't be able to play in this league because this league too physical, like what league you watching? Physicality is gone. It's not like it was back then, and it's nobody's fault. It's just times change. And for J.J. Redick to say stuff like this, the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. And for me, I'm like,
Within hours, the clip is everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform is on fire. Hashtags explode. Hashtag Rodman versus LeBron. Hashtag respect Larry Bird. Generational divide. The basketball world is split. Old school legends rally behind Rodman immediately. Magic Johnson tweets, Larry Bird was a killer. Don't ever disrespect the greats who paved the way. Ever. Charles Barkley goes on live TV the next day. Dennis Rodman might be crazy, but he's not a liar. If he says he heard it, he heard it. And if LeBron and KD really said that, they need to apologize. Period. Isaiah Thomas posts a photo of himself going up against Larry Bird with the caption, Legends respect legends. That's how it's supposed to be. But the younger generation isn't buying it. LeBron's fans flood social media, defending him. Rodman is washed and desperate for attention, they claim.